watch live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Good evening. Today we discuss about fun moment when you talk another language. So I am Camila. I am a host here today. And it's important to set here it's not a student, it is a student ambience, but I'm not a teacher. I am a student like you. And for start, Jefferson, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, my friend. Good evening. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I like to play soccer. I play yesterday with my friend with a team called Sucatão, like me, my age. I like to play canastra to listen good music, and I appreciate it a lot, talk and talk.
Thank you, Jefferson. And you, Amir, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Almir. I live in São Paulo. I was born here. I live in the capital. I spent my whole life here, and I am married. I have a daughter. She's 12. I work in the field of transportation here, the subway company. In British English, they say underground because the train goes underground, but in American English, they say subway. And I am a public servant. I have been working in this company for 37 years. What else? Whenever I have a free time, I like to play my guitar. And I don't need English to do my job. I just love English. So I have spent a long time of my life practicing, studying this language because I really like. As I said, I do not need to do my job anyway. So I said that because I always hear people here saying I need to learn English because of my job. Otherwise, I'll get fired. Most of the people around here, but that's not my case. Juliana, I see Juliana. Nice to see you. So that's it, and I am talking for 2 months, around about that. I don't want to hog the conversation, so I pass the microphone.
No problem, thank you. Good evening, Juliana. I put the questions again here, so you can see right now. And we started to introduce yourself, so you don't lost anything. You don't miss anything. Paula, can you introduce yourself?
Of course. Hello, guys. Hello, YouTube. I am Paula. I'm 45. I'm birthday. I'm 45 years old. I live in Itu, a little city near São Paulo. I live here with my husband and my 4 pets, 2 cats and 2 dogs. They are my life love. And I study here in TALKNTALK English and began French. So I had a lot of things fun to say. And I work with technology. I need a lot English in my in my work. And I love read or listen books. And I'm so tired because I make how Camila and another people, and I went to gym in the morning. So, oh my God, this is terrible. I'm so tired. It's me.
Great, thank you, Paula. And you, Juliana, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, guys. My name is Juliana. I'm from Brasilia. I'm 30. I'm married. I work as a project analyst. I love learning new languages. I study French and English here. I also study Spanish, but not here. Let me see. I love going to the gym, like Paula, in the morning. And that's it. That's it for today.
Thank you, Juliana. It's the same for me, Paula, but the last week, I guess because the holiday, it was impossible to wake up early. So I wake up very soon of my daily work routine. So I miss the gym for the morning, but I needed to back. So guys, about me, I'm Camila. I'm 33 years old. I'm living in Aracaju, Sergipe, and I'm working as a pro design. It's the same about the language. I pass for long things, very fun, and I share with you in this immersion because this year it's the first time I need to work with international team. So I pass for long, funny moments for not understand the language. In this case, it's Spanish. So I not a very great student of Spanish. And that's it. We start the first one. Jefferson, can you start the first one? Read and answer, please.
Okay, have you ever said something completely wrong in another language and made people laugh? In English, Spanish, or French?
Any language today, you can talk, sad, some fun moments.
See, Spanish, I remember in Argentina, it's not my case. Já estou embaraçado, como esse tipo de coisa, por exemplo. I use this kind of expression. I remember in Spanish. In English, sometimes I try to say I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. But unfortunately, I said I'm aroused to be here. Something like this. It's so different. And what else? Sometimes when I ate something, I used to say I'm full. I'm full. I ate too much. Maybe something like this. What else? I remember now the last time I went to, not the last time, a long time ago, 2010, to Miami, and I asked for a coffee, and I said cough, and the guy told me all the time, do you have problem? Do you want to use something? I said no. I just want sugar to put in my coffee. And he used all the time. Do you have problem in respiration, so on? Do you want to wear a mask, something like this? I told you are kidding with me. Maybe. I remember this. That's it in English.
Great.
Yeah.
Great, thank you, Jefferson. And you, Almi?
Tell the truth, I don't remember that something like that happened to me. So I don't know what to say. I just passed the time for someone else who has a real or had an experience like the Jefferson. And but to tell the truth, I don't remember.
No problem, thank you, Almi. And you, Paula?
I don't see. I didn't see, but I think when Philip and the teacher, the French teacher, saw my video, they laughed a lot because the feedback said, you said these words. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to say this. My pronunciation is terrible in French, so I said something, but I said things totally different, and they don't have the text. They only hear me. so they don't understand me. And when I studied Libras, I learned some signs, and had a same position, the hands, but different things. For example, I don't remember how the sign to Holy Spirit is here, something here, but to woman parts is here too. I don't know. So I'm in the church, at the church, doing this wrong sign. So this is terrible.
Yes, I start to learn about Libras, and I understand sometimes some signage is dangerous when I read.
Very dangerous.
You reproduce it. And for you, Juliana, thank you, Paula. And for you.
I can only remember a time I was in a park in Orlando. It was a park to swim with the dolphins. And when I was there, I was saying golfins, no dolphins. So every time that I was trying to find a place where I could go to swim with the dolphins, I was saying, "Oh, do you know where is the golfing place?" And everyone was like, "Golfing? What is golf?" And then I realized that it was not golfing, it was dolphin.
Yes, in my case was something fun happening in my work because you said I have a colleague, the name is him, because we have the J, and J in Spanish have the sound like and I said shimmy, and anyone in the call understand who is shimmy. And when the people got it, it's himmy, it's shimmy. They share a drinky. It's like a yogurt sell in Argentina. The name is the same, shimmy. And now she said, "Oh, Camila, you can call me like shimmy." And now it's something like a joke with us. I tell her like shimmy. And I guess in English, when I start to understand and study English, I have a problem with this word, guys, comfortable. It's impossible to talk this. And I remember some class when I have a teacher, English teacher, she said during 50 minutes the same word. And it's so impossible to repeat this word. I get traumatized. I stay traumatized for a long time. And one day I realized, oh, comfortable. Now I can pronounce that, but it's long time. She said, "No, Camila, it's comfortable." And for me, this song like fitful. It's so harder, so I spend long time. So because that I remember the teacher repeat, and I can repeat like that. So I guess was my huge challenge in English was this word and vegetable, because it's the same pronunciation, right? So for me it was so hard, guys, to understand and can reproduce by myself. Was I'm very proud now because I can said these two words. Uh, Amir, Amir, can you choose another one? You can follow the sequence or choose a random question.
Yeah, it can be the number two, but it's about the same as the first one. What is the funniest misunderstanding you've ever had while trying to communicate abroad? So, misunderstanding. Uh, I try to be careful all the time. So up until now, I could always get my message across easily. I don't remember a moment, so I have nothing to say. So people have a lot of things to say here, and I don't have anything anyway. But I am always careful when If I'm not sure, I climb up, I close my mouth until I get the correct way to say it. That's my way. That's my trait. I'm sorry, but I pass to someone else to tell us on one of experience.
Great. I mean, thank you for sharing with us. And you, Paula?
I not travel yet, but I think how I am a talkative, I will pagar mico very big. Oh, I don't know. I will try. I need to try be more me, but I can't. I'm terrible.
And you, Juliana?
Yeah, I remember once I was in Istanbul, and there they don't speak English at all. And I was trying to get a ticket to go to a small city, and I didn't have internet. I don't know why the coverage of the internet wasn't work. And so I have to draw to do a draw to say what I was trying to buy. And it was a ticket by bus. And then they was saying, oh, metro, metro. But in the city, there wasn't a metro, like subway. And I wasn't understand because I knew that the place didn't have a metro to go to this place. And then I start to walk in the square to find a metro. Even I knew that wasn't a metro. And then I realized that metro was the name of the bus company. So after 1 or 2 hours that I walk a lot, I realized that metro was a bus metro.
Great, Juliana. And you, Jefferson?
You need to take care with this word, especially in Colombia.
Metro.
No, the name of the bus in Colombia. This expression that I can say here in Portuguese.
You always have a word you can never pronounce in the immersion.
Yeah, really. I remember again when I was in Atlanta, and I was looking for a condomínio. In English is condo. And but I was looking forward to some kind of condominium with my friends. I used to say, I'm looking for a condos. Well, just condos, no, you're in the right place. You must go to a pharmacy, something like this. But it's impossible here. And I used to say, no, I know you have 1, 2, 3 condos here. And the guy laughed a lot about this. Terrible, very confused. And the other, it's very common when you learn the English, is the word soap and soup. I remember at a restaurant, I use, do you have soap? Soap? Yeah, I'm very hungry. I need to eat a soap. Can I order a soap? And everybody laughed. No, must be something different. No, what kind of dish do you want to eat? And I told, no, I want a soup because I'm here. I remember. That's it.
Guys, in my case, I remember some time I forgot the word correct because I made a confused mistake because I said forgive, but it's forgotten. So I say, oh, sorry, I forgive. And the people, it's I talk with a native language, and the people said, forgive for what? And And I needed to explain, and the guy said, "Oh, you said forgotten, right?" And, okay. And after that, now I know the difference of forgive and forgotten because this mistake. But now let's go for the next question. Paula, can you choose another one?
Have you ever tried to translate a joke or expression that didn't make sense in another language? I do this now. I try to say something to meu grande mico, but I don't found the words, because in English is I pay the price. Don't have the same hate. So I think it's difficult to talk colloquial in English, because our expression is so more funniest.
Yeah, sometimes it's harder to try to do the translator. For example, I tell for my friend, because I love this expression in Portuguese, as tinha, mas acabou. It's amazing because it don't make sense in English, but it's amazing in Portuguese because it's hope and not hope in the same time. So I love this sentence in Portuguese. And you, Juliana?
I'm trying to remember. Not recently, but I don't know. Let me think a little bit. Another person.
Okay. And you, Jefferson?
So many jokes. I break a leg. I used to say this a lot. I break a leg, break a leg to wish. Then it's not bad luck or good luck. And I confuse this a lot. Break a leg. And quebrar o gelo, break the ice. No, I forget the name in English now. But I remember when begin to talk with somebody and to say this expression, quebrar o gelo. I forgot even in English now.
I guess it's break the ice. I guess.
Yeah, I think
Break
it's
the
break the
ice.
ice. Yeah. And I say something very, very different, maybe. And what else? I think that's it.
Thank you, Jefferson. And you, Ami?
Okay, about the number 5, an expression. Yes, that is an expression that they use a lot. They say, "Yo, it's raining cats and dogs." It's raining cats and dogs. And in the beginning, a long time ago, oh my God, it's raining cats and dogs. Why that? So I decided to search and learn why they use to say this expression. And there is an explanation for that. And a long time ago in England, there was, of course, a mountain and a small city down the mountain. And up in the mountain, wild cats and dogs. Wild cats and dogs. So when there would be a thunderstorm, the wild cats and dogs, they wouldn't be afraid of the people in the city down there. Because they were afraid of the big storm. They would run down the mountain and go into the city. And people started saying it's raining cats and dogs. Well, of course, it was not raining cats and dogs, but they would run down the mountain and go into the city. And that was when the expression started.
Camila, I remember.
Oh, go ahead, Juliana.
I don't know. I think it was 2019. There was a famous brand that made a lot of t-shirts with phrases. One of them was Quem corre atrás é zagueiro, nós é dos dibres. It was something like that. And I bought this t-shirt and I went to Dublin to study for a few weeks, and I wore this t-shirt, and it was very hard to explain what was the meaning of this phrase. I spent 20 minutes and then I gave up. There was no sense in English.
Yes, it's hard. But I remember a expression, it's in English, but I has it so great to said. It's holy moly. So
Holy moly.
I hear in some series and I think, oh, it's great expression in this holy moly. And then you can use in many situations, right? So I really like it's like nossa in Portuguese. So I really like this expression. Juliana, it's your time now to choose another question. Go ahead.
10. Looking back, which of your language mistakes make you laugh the most today? Though I was getting a bus to in Portuguese is Genova in Italy, but in English, no, in French, Genova e Geneva is basically the same, but one letter different and two places totally different. And then when I took the bus, I took the wrong bus, and then I should go to Italy, and then I went to Switzerland. And I realized like 10 hours later, and I spent one day to go back to my place. And when I got in the bus, I showed the ticket. I showed the ticket, and then the driver was, it's not this bus. And I said, no, it's this bus, it's here. And we start to argue. And in the end, oh, okay, if you want to go, go in. And then when I realized I was totally wrong.
Thank you, Juliana. And you, Jefferson?
Expressions. Let me think about it. Yeah, I remember now when I was I think in a bookstore, and I asked, I need a sheet, but I pronounce it a bad way. Shit. I need a sheet to write something like this. Terrible, terrible. Everybody laugh at me. And I use a lot this expression, beach, beach. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Beach and beach. Terrible. All the time. I think it's not so easy, especially for Brazilian guys. But we confuse this expression, I think, all the time.
It's a classic. Bitch
Yeah,
and bitch.
yeah.
Yeah,
And shit and shit.
yeah. And you or me?
Okay, I will answer the number 4 because I remember something related to the number 4. Can you remember a time when your accent or pronunciation caused confusion in a funny way? Yes. The teacher had to correct me. It was a long time ago. The sentence didn't make any sense. I was trying to say the word rose, rose, rosa, but I would say hose, hose with H, starting with H, hose, mangueira, mangueira d'água. So it was confusing, rose and hose a long time ago. And then after some time, I could um, learn the correct pronunciation of each one of them. But rose, rose, that's the flower, rose, and hose, mangueira d'água.
Thank you for the new word I never use it, so it's a new
Yeah.
vocabulary for me. Thank you. And you, Paula?
I remember once I studied at another school, and at the conversation to me matricular, I need to pass to a conversation to know how my level. And I said this, what I put in the chat. I cursed. I cursed. And the teacher laughed, and I in my mind I'm nervous, so I passed. But after he talked to me and it's different. You me amaldiçoou a lot of times. Oh my God, sorry.
Yes, I remember a moment, but it's not a mistake. It's a little bit mistake because was the first time I need to speak Spanish. So it's a presentation for the team and I need to speak Spanish. And I start in Spanish, but I have a very nervous and I start to speak in English and I can't stop. And I said in the middle, sorry guys, when I feel nervous, I start to talk in English. And the people laugh a lot. And today it's something joking we have to. But I guess now I can stop the English now. I guess I have this control after 8 months studying Spanish. Now I can talk in Spanish in the meetings. But I guess it was the most embarrassing thing because it was the first time I need to talk. And I made this. I start like, hola, yo soy Camila. When I start speaking English and they go ahead and I finish my presentation in English. But it was fun because in this case, the people understand English, so I don't have a problem. But I feel very embarrassed when I remember this, and I think, oh gosh, I can a presentation myself in Spanish in this time. So I remember this now. I can laugh, but in the past, I feel very shy when I remember. I feel very dumb when I remember this moment in my life. I guess that's it. Jefferson, can you choose another question for us, please?
Can be number 7. Mix it through language by accident. It's very common when you speak more than one language. It's very common, especially with Portuguese and English, Portuguese and Spanish, and so on. For example, I'm muy tired today. Eu estou muy cansado today. I use this expression. It's very interesting because I have a friend from Colombia, and she used to speak Portuguese, English, and Spanish. And sometimes we used to talk a lot. I change everything. I begin to speak Portuguese, then to Spanish and English, and so on. For example, we were eating a picanha, and I used to say, "Can you passar me the salt," or something like this, né? This expression, and I don't remember how to say passar in Spanish and even in English. Can you passar me the salt, please? So sometimes it's very common, and I use this a lot. Even Portuguese. My wife all the time telling me something about this. I make me confused a lot of words.
I don't know it's happening to you guys. I really know. I hope to know about everyone. It's about, in my case, I start to read more in Portuguese because I feel like I'm missing my vocabulary in my mother language, sometimes. And I feel very nervous because, oh gosh, I in the middle of the process. I don't know Portuguese, English, and Spanish. So sometimes I start to read more because sometimes I feel like I try to remember in Portuguese. I don't remember in English. I don't remember Spanish, and I don't know the words. I can Spanish, right? I don't know for you, Jeff. Something happened. Like like
Yeah, it's the
that.
same. It's the same case.
Great, thank you. And for you, Omi?
Okay, the number 7. No, I have never mixed two languages and blended the two of them together, because for me it's only Portuguese and English, so they are so far apart. But for people who learn Spanish and Portuguese, I think it happens a lot, maybe. But English and Portuguese, I think they are far apart. It's kind of difficult for that to happen. So in my case.
Great, thank you, Omi. And you, Paula?
I have two things. My first French immersions with Juliana, I forgot what I need to say, and I said in English, but not in Portuguese. So, oh my God, it's complicated. So and a phrase, and I put French, English, French, English, and oh my God, it's difficult. And in my work, it's a problem because everything is in English. So when I need to explain what I do to a Brazilian person, it's a lot of difficult to me because don't have words. Oh my, there are, but I don't know. Words to explain my work to Brazilian people. It's difficult. My husband don't speak in English, so it's difficult sometimes to say, oh, I need to do this. What is this? I don't know.
Paula, I have a curiosity about you. In your case, your second language is English too, or you started with another language? Was
No,
English, right?
I studied English a long time ago.
Yes, it's the same case for me. For example, I start to learn Spanish with a video in English. Sometimes
Yeah.
I guess the second language helped me learn about the third language. I guess it's because
Nowadays,
that. And
my company pay EF to me, but EF is in English. So I study French in an F, that's it, EF, in English. So difficult.
yes, but I guess it's important because you keep development your English and learn a new language. So it's the both
Yeah.
things in the same thing.
It's good because my grammar in English is terrible. So sometimes I can corrigir this.
Thank you, Juliana.
I think I do that in Spanish and French because it's easy to create a word. Like in Spanish, we always think that is very similar to Portuguese, so we always try to mix both. And in French, it's the same. We have a specific termination. I don't know if it exists, but all a lot of words ends with the same word, so letters. So when you try to speak something you don't know, I invent some word and then we go. Paula knows in the immersion we just go. We just accept that it's right and that's it.
Yes, I tried to learn about German and I stopped it because it's so hard to. But I back after I learn more Spanish because now I need it because my work. But it's so curious because it's completely different. I guess because Spanish, French, we have the same main language. It's Latin, and I guess it's Latin English.
Yeah, Latin.
It's the same, and we have similar words. And sometimes you speak Portuguese very slowly. The people talk Spanish can understand. But I guess it's more harder. Spanish speakers understand Portuguese than Portuguese understand Spanish speakers. because sometimes the people, when I talk in Portuguese, it's impossible for they understand me. But I guess now I start Spanish, but in the past I'm always understand. My listening is great in Spanish because I consume a lot content, and then that's it. But I guess for talk it's harder, guys. For me, I needed to improve that. I guess for me it's harder in Spanish. Almi, can you
And we have it
go ahead.
about 10 kinds of Spanish at word. No, I don't know. I see this in a text. Oh my God, it's a lot of Spanish languages.
Yes, in my case, in the work, for example, people live in Colombia and Chile, it's the more harder Spanish because it's so quickly the way to speak, and sometimes I think, oh gosh, it's impossible to understand this girl is talking for me. But now it's
Indians
more
in English.
easy.
I don't agree with
Yes.
you. I don't agree.
Yeah,
The
sometimes
worst
it's
in Spanish or Castelhano is in Argentina. Terrible.
no, but the people I work in Argentina, the people talk very slowly. It's great for me. But the people I work and live in Argentina. But Colombia, for me, it's so hard. I think, oh gosh, this lady talked so fast because this is Spanish here? I don't know the language they talk. Sometimes she talks sometimes. But for me, it's harder, guys. It's a long process to be fluency in Spanish right now because it's harder for me. Ami, can you choose another one? And etc.
Okay, there is number 8. Was there a moment when someone misunderstood you because of body language or gestures? I don't know if you read this one anyway, but I didn't. Not
No, go
really, but
ahead. It's
okay. Some people think that sometimes I seem to be serious when I am not. I'm not serious. I always try to relax. It helps me to speak English. And I said in the beginning that I don't need English to do my job. I just love English. I love this language. And also, I started learning, practicing English a long time ago. I graduated on languages. I graduated on letras, Portuguese and English. So I gave classes. I was a teacher in English. I was a public servant, servidor público. In high school, I was a teacher. But I had to quit after some years because they found out that I belonged to the company that I still work, the subway company, belongs to the government also. So I am a public servant in the subway company. I was a teacher. I was a public servant also, and they asked me, "Oh, you work in the subway company?" I said yes. I didn't tell them, but you cannot have two jobs for the government. So I had to quit giving classes. Anyway, it's about I forgot the name of the guy. Anyway, it's a law. I had to quit. I had to choose one of them. Or you keep in the subway company, or you keep giving classes as a public servant. So I gave classes at night, during the night, and for high school people, students, and for maybe 2 years, around about that. And but I didn't have a problem, as English is something that I really love and like. It's not so difficult for me. Of course, I still have a long way to go, but that's it. But I only keep with Portuguese and English. I don't. I try not to mix with some other languages.
Thank you, Ami. And you, Paula?
I don't know, but I talk a lot with my hands. I think if people another country think I'm crazy. I don't know. But funny and preoccupation moments when I talk in Libras. I do a lot of mistakes and problematic mistakes. And curious, when I started learn Libras, I think in English. It's strange because I mix everything and I read in Portuguese, think in English, and the signs. It's strange.
Okay, Paula. And you, Juliana?
I'm like Paula, I like to use my hands to communicate, especially in another language. I think I get nervous, so I start to do something like that. And I don't remember a specific situation that happened some misunderstood, but maybe sometimes I like to touch the person. So I imagine that's someone don't like it. So especially from another country, they don't like to be touched. So I probably have done that many times.
And you, Jefferson?
We have an expression that use a lot. It's okay.
Mm.
In the other countries say okay. In Brazil say okay. Oh, it's not so good.
Yeah.
You need to take care with the hand gesture in Brazil. I learned this a lot. And as you, Julia, and Paula, the same. I use the gesture all the time. As a profession, I use my body language all the time. And sometimes when you nod, your head or your eyes, you need to take care in another country because he's very different from another country. For example, in Argentina, in Colombia, it's so different. When you nod your hair or your eyes, you need to take care. It's so different from this gesture that you in Brazil. Maybe yes, maybe no. You need to take care and about this kind of gesture.
Yes, I remember a case, a guy, he worked as a trucker. So he stopped in a ride in the street and she posed the arm with like that, something like that. I don't remember the position, but it's something assistant position of the hand. And someone take a picture and we see the picture, the logo of the company this guy work, and the face of the guy. And because that, she lost the she become an unemployed. And I remember that, and I think, oh, I needed to be careful with my hand when I go to around a road, because it's like the girl said, I'm working like that. It's the same, but it's very fun because when I start in English, I feel like freezing, and I can't talk like I talk in Portuguese. We use the hand, but now I guess I feel a little bit more comfortable when I need to talk in English, and I still talk with the hand. And I guess it's important, girls, talk with the hand, because, for example, sometimes the hand it help me to explain a word I can't remember in English. So when I talk with a native person, sometimes I need to explain some word I can't remember, and I guess the hand is important. But I never have this misunderstand with my hand. Guys, I guess we have time for the next one because we have 6 minutes. I believe you can answer the next one. Paula, you choose the last one. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Mm, I don't know how what don't read yet.
Let me
Five?
see. I guess the 6,
4.
right?
I guess 4,
Oh,
6?
yes, 4.
No,
I guess
6
the
we did.
6 or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
number 6. Yeah, number 6. We didn't answer.
What's the most embarrassing but funny language mistake you have made while learning? Ah, I cursed my teacher, and I mixing Portuguese with French and English in my immersions with Juliana. It's terrible. Yeah, and I invento palavras.
All the
It's
time.
important sometimes. It's important. And you, Juliana?
I'm trying to remember. I remember once that I was trying to say chá in Spanish,
Spanish.
but in a small way, and I just said chazito. And then it was that.
Chacito. Me
With,
encanta.
with Z, chazito. No one understood.
Great. Thank you, Juliana. And you, Jefferson?
Yeah, I remember when a long time ago, I'm too old now. And when I was learning English, and the guy used to say, "How old are you?" I used to say, "I have 17 years." Oh my gosh, you have 17 years. Oh, where did you get them? I don't know, maybe maybe 30. Instead of say I'm 20, I'm 70 years old. It's very common in the past. I have 17 years. I have 17 years, something like this.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Jefferson. Something very similar happened to me because now I made this year 33 years. So I start to sad like I have 13 years. So I am a kid, right? 13.
Yeah.
And I remember I needed to repeat it. It's 33 years I have. So it's harder, but now I understand it's very fun. And you, Ami?
Okay, now I remember something. Yes, after graduation, after the university, I spent 1 year in South Africa. Uh, I decided to go to South Africa because I didn't want to see a Brazilian in front of me, so I chose South Africa. And they told me here in São Paulo at Salão do Estudante, you're going to study English in a British school, but in South Africa. I said, okay, as long as I don't see any Brazilian in front of me. So I went there. I spent 1 year there, and I stayed in a host family anyway. And inside the school, I was in the last book, I remember, and this very strict British teacher, because the school was from England, and many all the teachers were from England, and in the company where I work, and Subway company, I spent 15 years as a subway conductor. You know, the conductor, the train.
Uh,
Yes, I did that for 15 years. And once here in São Paulo, one guy, he went down on the tracks of the train to pee. He was drunk. He went down to pee, but I could stop the train before getting the guy. I saw the guy from far apart. I could stop the train, and I was explaining this to her in South Africa, but my English is mostly American, and I said, "Oh, the guy went down on the tracks to pee." She said, "No, don't say that. No, my God." Because she is British, No, that's rude to say he went out to pee. To relieve himself. Oh my God, come on, to relieve himself. So I said to pee. She didn't accept this word to pee. Anyway, but that was funny.
Great. Guys, unfortunately, we don't have more time. Was great. Welcome, Ami. It's your first time here with me. So we feel comfortable to back again. You always welcome. And the next week, we discussed about the challenge to make new friends in the adult life. So if you comfortable with this word, because for me it's so hard, guys, after the 30s, after the pandemic, to make new friends. And I guess it's a good thing we discuss. So keep this invitation for the next week and have a great night. And now I need to finish this message.